Hey, well, good afternoon. Drive marketing here this evening. Got TC Reds in the house tonight. Hey, Ty, how you doing?
Good, Brett. Thanks for inviting me on here, guys, and looking forward to this. And I think this is honestly a pretty neat deal you guys got going on here. So looking forward, and thanks
Well,
for inviting me. So
yeah, you bet, you bet. Thanks. I was extremely excited. Corey and I visited. He beat me to Louisville by a couple of days, and he called me like day one, and he said, "Hey, I've got the perfect guy hit me up about wanting to be on here." When I found out it was you and found out it was your program that we were going to have the chance to highlight, I've been excited for tonight. So, hey, for those that don't know you, take just a minute, tell us about yourself, tell us about your program, tell us where you're at, and we'll move on.
sure. Well, we can kind of start way back, I guess. Honestly, TC Reds kind of started. It's probably been. It's gonna. I guess I shouldn't date myself. Maybe date you guys a little bit. In the late '90s, there a little bit. It was kind of a deal that we just kind of started buying a show heifer to show, and it was kind of Dad was really intrigued by the Red Angus cattle at the time in the late '90s, and kind of how it started. T&C kind of comes in hand there is Ty and Callie. So that's where the T&C comes in, and obviously we got Tucker in there now, so we had to keep a name in there with the T and the C. But anyways, that's kind of how the TC Red started. Kind of grew up just showing a couple heifers, and then at one point we wanted to get a bunch of cows, and we actually went to Kansas there to N-Bar Cattle Company and bought about a group of 15 bred heifers out of there. And kind of the neat story behind that is when we went there, we went through and found we found the Hamley bull was there as a calf outside on them cows, and he was just a baby calf, and good friend of ours was traveling with, and he's like, Scott, you got to buy that bull calf. He's gonna do some big things for you, and we really weren't looking forward to buying a bull at this time. We were just trying to get a good cow base, and honestly, it was the best decision we ever made. So, that bull really put us on the map there for TC Reds. So, kind of was a deal where we kind of just grew up and wanted to get a good cow herd just for kind of Callie and I and Tucker to kind of start. And it's honestly just kind of exploded here over the last probably, I would say, 5 to 10 years for us. A great deal, just trying to raise high quality cattle, not only just for show ring, but also for in the pasture for anybody, been raising good bulls and everything like that. So we just kind of continue to strive to do that here. I know we're not on the beaten path or anything. We're up in northern Wisconsin where it snows in the middle of June sometimes, and so I mean it's you never know, but yeah, no, it's just that's kind of a little bit how it started, I guess. So you
Right.
bet.
That's good. No, you hit on that. You said in the last 5 years or so, but just as recent as Kansas City, you guys were no stranger to the backdrop. But talk about those last 5 years. I mean, we sometimes take for granted sometimes and say, well, that was 5 years ago. But I mean, these champions are hard to come by, and when you guys have been as consistent as you have, tell us about it.
Yeah, you bet. I mean, I guess I should say we're pretty blessed and fortunate to have been as successful as we have been, and it probably just started from day one. We honestly just our strive just to kind of continue to breed consistency. We try to look for that a year in and year out, and honestly, the biggest thing for us, honestly, is just trying to make cattle that fit our phenotype. The good friend of ours always said, you want to go out the door and look at your cows in the pasture, you want to like them. And I mean, I guess that's kind of what we just try to go for every year. Is when you go out the door, it's something you want to look at and appreciate, and either you'll get people that'll like them and they don't, and vice versa. But yeah, it's been a pretty successful run for us here the last few years, and we've had a couple national championships here within the last 3 or 4 years, and continue to build off of those. And it's kind of funny how those cow families just kind of stay true through us here for the whole time. It goes all the way back to our original Luana cow. We bought her. Oh shoot, it's been 15 years ago, and she's kind of our lead donor cow yet. Goes back to some of the stuff we bought from Jesse Weber way back in the day, even before we started Ladies in Red event there. The good old Ellie donor there. She's just been an awesome cow for us and stuff. But yeah, a lot of those go back to the improving cow families, and even some of honestly, most of all of our show heifers' success comes out of bulls that we kind of have on our own. So we don't really go outside the box too much. We kind of buy some good herd sires that we want to use and incorporate into our own operation, and it's been very successful here for us. So you bet.
Right. Do you find by doing that, do you find some genetic consistency within your program, doing that?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's probably the biggest thing for us. And Dad and I, we're still big believers in a good bull is going to go a long ways. And I think we've maybe lost that in this industry, honestly, just a little bit as we rely too much on the cow and how much she continues to generate year after year. But we like to, our biggest thing is, and I'll probably hit on this bull here a little bit, is that Tucker bull that we bought out of Canada a couple years ago. That bull, honestly. We just turned him with a group of 40 cows, and just thought, hey, we're going to see if this bull works and let him go and see what he can get done. So I think that's a lot with consistency is just using a bull that's a good bull, bull that you like to use, or you just like his phenotype or genotype, whatever you want to follow there, and let them do the work. And I think if them bulls are good and have a lot of value to them and they can do the work, I think it'll go a long ways. And it's definitely shown that for us here a great amount. So
Yeah, that it has. I know, just like I said, we just hit on a second ago, being in Louisville recently, when I was able to walk down your aisle. I mean, I don't know how many heifer calves you had tied up there, 10, 12 or so. And just from one end to another, you just didn't, you couldn't go through them fast. I had to stop. I had to take my time and I had to see. I mean, those cattle were good.
well, yeah, I thank you. I appreciate that. And Dad and I, we both kind of said at the beginning of the summer here that this was by far probably the deepest set of heifer calves we've ever kind of had. And a lot of kind of the cool thing is, I guess it goes back to using them bulls and using consistency and whatnot. Out of those dozen calves there was only 2 of them that were ETs. The rest were all natural calves. So I mean, that kind of just shows on how the bull power there, using them bulls on a good cow base, I think is going to go a long way for a lot of people. So
Well, that's impressive to have that, because I thought the uniformity of that set was outstanding, and to do that without embryo transplant is a testimony to the consistency of that herd. Because I
yeah,
thought from the first one in the stall all the way to the other end, I thought they were as uniform a set as in the barn in Louisville. Really.
well,
Yeah.
appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, we're pretty tickled about them. So you
Yeah.
bet, you bet.
Yeah. Well, let's dive into these heifer calves. The lot one heifer, she was right at the end of your stall there in Louisville. One that sure had to draw a crowd for you. She's a unique beast.
Yeah, we're pretty excited. So this is actually, we're, like I said, we use a lot of our own bulls, and we went outside the box here and used that Red Eagle bull of Griswold's and Eagle Passes there. And I'll be honest, Dad and I were pretty intrigued by Red Eagle. It's probably he sold an Eagle Pass sale there about 4 years ago, and we were real intrigued by the bull. And honestly, we just kind of decided to use him here this year. And man, it really clicked for us a good bit. There's 3 Red Eagle daughters here on the sale, and it's kind of funny. All 3 of those Red Eagle daughters are all out of Hamley cows. So we kind of went back and used Red Eagle just on our Hamley daughters, and it worked really consistent. But man, this female actually has us excited a great bit. She's just so intriguing, and I think when you guys kind of saw her, just in terms of her presence and look, but also just her added stoutness of feature at the surface, I think is awesome. I love just her foot size and shape and her heaviness of structure, but yet her body and rib and I mean, just to top it off, her hair coat, I mean, for a Red Angus is awesome. Got kind of a big, thick, fuzzy hair coat, but yet just kind of one that we're pretty excited about out of a good proven cow family for us. Excuse me. This cow's always had a heifer that's gone to the keeper pen. Maybe just we never maybe found the bull to click on her to make the home run, and we finally did here with Red Eagle. So we think this one's pretty special. It's going to do some big things, but we're pretty excited about her.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Just that thing just screams eye appeal and quality. And then, I'm like Corey, we were able to actually see this female and just see that. I mean, there's so much good right here. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I mean, just when she's all done, I mean, I think this one you can send her to the donor pen right away. Her mom's a perfect uddered, good-looking cow. Just gonna do a lot of things for a guy. So
Right. Hey, so let's talk about real quick about the lot 7, North Line Tucker daughter. Here we go,
Yep.
the very
Yep.
first
So
of
this
these
is
steers.
this is that bull, and this is kind of when we bought this bull. This is what we were hoping he could kind of generate for us, honestly. And this female just screams that, and if you study the bottom side of her pedigree, I think it's about as high quality as you can make them. This heifer, she's a full sib to MLK Bigfoot. For a couple years there, Bigfoot semen was averaging about $500 a straw. So I mean, it's about as rare semen as you can get, but also like as much quality as she has. She definitely resembles both qualities of both bulls there. I just love this female in terms of having so many unique qualities in terms of just femininity up front, but yet her stoutness out through her hip and her pin width, I think, is just tremendous for within the breed, or I guess I should really say within any breed. Just her added length and squareness out through her hip and her attractiveness to the set to her hind leg, I think is so good. I think this female's got a world of good. I guess what maybe gets me more excited about her is not so much just in the show ring, but I mean when she's going to get turned out to be a cow, I think this one could really raise you some great ones. Maybe I'm going to let the cat out of the bag here. I think you made this one, excuse me, to like Red Eagle, and I think the options are just endless, honestly. So I think this female's got a tremendous amount of good. We're really excited about her. I called Dad the day this one was born at my place, and I said, I think we got a great one here. And this one's going to do some big things for us.
Has that card shark cow that she's out of, has she done some stuff for you? Or?
She's done some stuff. So she's actually a full sister to Bigfoot, and she's a full sister to the two-time national champion heifer. She was, and honestly, so they were two flush ET full sisters when they were born. We sold the better looking one of the two. This one was just maybe a Scotch plainer as a cow, but honestly, my biggest thing is I knew genetically that she was going to be able to raise something good, and that's why we kept her, and she definitely did here this go around and stuff. So like cow family wise, this goes back to the original Luana cow, which we've had more national champions out of than I can swing a bat at. So this is proof in the pudding here with this one.
Hey, speaking of that, the rare Bigfoot lineage cattle, tell us about that lot 11 Bigfoot daughter.
Yeah, and I mean this just kind of shows here what Bigfoot's going to do for you. Man, you want to make them dark red, awesome bodied, and awesome structured. Yet they're so attractive, good looking. I mean, this one has all the bells and whistles for us. I think this one's been one we've been pretty high on all summer. Her mother is kind of an outcross, all Canadian bred cow, and we just loved her from the start. And she is so incredible in terms of just her foot size, shape, and bone, and just how massive she is. But man, this one's a full sister to a heifer that was a division champion at the Nile here in 2020. Also to a reserve division winner at Junior Nationals here this summer. Just been a super consistent cow family. I've never retained a daughter out of this cow yet. They've been too good that I've had to sell them all. I think her progeny, honestly, in the last 3 years in our sales have probably averaged about 15,000. So she's just been doing awesome for us year in and year out. You can't miss with this one. This one's about as good as they get, I think. And I'll be honest, this is Dad's personal favorite of the whole set. So she's dang good.
Yeah, just sitting here listening to you talk about these things, and you've hit on this a time or two. Didn't want to get the cart in front of the horse and talk about mating these to the next generation and whatnot. I tell you what, when this one's picture hit the screen here, it kind of made me a little note. I'm gonna go back and watch the video of this one myself. I really like the way this thing's built.
Yeah, she's built awesome, I think, and just I think just her body and shape to her rib is kind of I think what we're all kind of striving to make right now, but it's not just so much just in terms of depth aside. It's so bold and square and big in this female, and just her added stoutness to tie it together in that good and high quality look is what makes it so hard to make, I think. And right. Yeah, like I said, I mean, we've maybe missed over a couple of them already, but I think these cattle have just been so elite for us this year that it's this quality is pretty deep in this set. So.
And the Bigfoot, the Bigfoots that I have seen, I guess, out our way, the structure and the feet and legs underneath them Bigfoot cattle are unbelievable, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They're good, and it just goes in that cow family there. All those Luana daughters just go back to just being good, sound, good-footed cattle. Luana, honestly, we showed Luana back in 2001, and that was oh shoot, it was kind of way back. World Beef Expo was getting pretty big with those Supreme drives there, and all those judging coaches would come in and evaluate the Supreme. And, for being back in year 2000, 2001 there, them guys used the Red Angus to win Supreme there, and that was kind of way before the time. And that cow she was kind of before the time there quite a bit, just in terms of adding some extra stoutness and punch and just so much quality there for the Red Angus breed. She was a unique creature, that is for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Moving on to this lot 12 heifer, she's out of the a bull that you guys raised, Dr. Feelgood.
Yep. So Dr. Feelgood, he was actually the champion bull at the Black Hills Stock Show. Was the high seller also that year. And this bull was probably about as consistent of a bull that I've probably ever used on the place. I sold him to Meadow West Farms here in western Wisconsin, and when that bull sold out there at Black Hill Stock Show, and honestly, that bull or that family where he went to, Meadow West Farms, that's where our whole Red Angus program started. Was through that guy there, and just kind of a neat story how he bought the bull back. He turned him on some cows and did awesome for him. Sad to say, Bruce is no longer here with us, but he's definitely the trademark in to getting TC Reds to where it's at for the Red Angus cattle. But with that being said, we bought that bull back from Bruce when he passed, and we turned him with a bunch of cows. And man, it's been awesome. So Lot 12 is your Division I champion at the American Royal. She's been doing an awesome job here for us, and her picture just speaks for herself. I think that thing just screams quality. She's got just so much good to her. Feet and legs are incredible. What I like about this female more than anything is that Dr. Feelgood, he's out of a Hamley cow, and this female shows the qualities of like what Hamley put into our program right from the start, making some awesome square hip females that got some extra punch, but yet keeping them awesome and soft haired, good looking, sound, just athletic. I'm extremely high this female. I think she's going to do a tremendous amount of good.
Looks good haired too.
Nobody got her picture taken.
What's that? Sorry.
Is she good haired, Ty? Your hair looks good in that picture.
Oh yeah, Corey. Her hair is awesome. I mean, it's kind of like I don't know if she's quite old school heat wave club calf haired, but it's pretty good, Pretty good, yeah. I mean, it's just soft and thick and full, and it's hard on them red cattle to get their hair just to be so nice and thick, and this heifer does have that for sure. So.
You bet.
Hey, so what about this lot 18, Card Shark daughter out of the Lola 86W cow?
Yep. So this is a little older mating, and we had some embryos back in the tank, and we decided to kind of drop them in. Honestly, this female is awesome, I think, and this one there's a few guys that came through this summer. Willie Weiss was through, and this was one of his favorites. He thought this May heifer, he thought could do some pretty heavy damage in that intermediate division. And so her full sister to lot 18 was the champion female 2 years in a row at the Oklahoma Youth Expo for the Rogers family in Oklahoma. So I mean, this pedigree is just proven the work. Card Shark has always just been a really no-brainer here for us here at the ranch. And then you add that Hamley daughter that she's out of. 86W is I know we call her Lola. She's actually goes back to the Luana cow also, and she's done a tremendous job here for us. 86W is one of the most impressive Red Angus females that we've probably ever had on the place when she was around. Just so stout and massive and powerful, and this female is that. We think she's got a tremendous amount of good. I think if a kid's looking to have a different one in a different division and be at an extremely high level, this female is gonna be really, really fun. So.
And that's out of the original Card Shark bull?
Yes, sir.
Oh boy.
Yep, you bet.
Blast.
You bet.
Blast
So
from the past.
you bet. Oh yeah, Sharky's he's still clicking around here for us a great bit. So
Oh,
I
that
think
bull. When he was in Denver, I saw him, and he was something.
yeah, he was pretty cool. I know
Yeah.
Jesse. He's still. We're both just pretty high, and honestly, our card shark cows, mothers around here, they're just flat awesome. I mean, you couldn't make cows just stouter and more powerful, and just that athletic to have nice udders like that and be awesome mamas, and they're awesome cattle. Awesome cattle.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the last one we're going to hit on today is this lot 21. She's a daughter out of One of a Kind.
Yep, this 9 mile one of a kind. So I just kind of wanted to add her in here tonight, and it's kind of something new that we've never really done before on this online deal. Is we've never offered any bred heifers, and we kind of wanted to kind of dabble in that a little bit with this sale coming up here. Is just our get some bred heifers rolling, and we kind of went right to the top of the replacement pen here, and for as many good heifers we had showing here this last year, being extremely successful. This one probably should have been out in the show ring also. I mean, this 9 mile one of a kind heifer is just awesome. That's another bull Dad and I actually saw him show in Denver. Just loved his look and phenotype and just his squareness in terms of his build. And that bull was just so good. And I think this bred heifer just resembles that so much. So much body and just volume and capacity to her. We did AI her to calve late January to Amley. If not, she is pasture exposed to Bigfoot. So I think it's kind of a unique opportunity here with all 5 our bred heifers in this sale. A couple of them we eyed pretty early to Hamley, and whichever ones weren't related to Hamley, they all got bred to Bigfoot. So I mean, you're going to get some pretty elite genetics right there, right off the get-go with these bred heifers to get bred to a bull that's not being used heavily as his semen's a little bit rare out there yet. You can kind of dive in and get in the Bigfoot there. So I think it'll be kind of a unique opportunity there for sure.
And this one's got another one of them card shark mothers on the bottom side.
On the bottom side. Yep. And she's definitely starting to just look like a shark cow in the making. So already starting to put a nice little bag on her. And no, she'll make an awesome looking cow.
You bet.
Good. Yeah, this is, I mean, without a doubt, this thing's had quality from top to bottom. And I know you just kind of selected off some highlights for tonight. But, this sale is to be hosted online with Show Circuit. Is that right?
Yep, online with Show Circuit. And, yeah, we're going to add some. I mean, there's about a half dozen embryo lots on there out of our lead donor cows. Lots of matings that are full sibs of these heifers that are going to sell here coming up here on Sunday. Plus, you're going to get some semen, opportunity to buy some Bigfoot semen on the Tucker bull. So everyone can go on there, see them females and stuff, and get some semen. Or we've got some really elite embryo packages I think we're putting on there that are worth diving in for. So.
Right, and so this is November 21st. Is that right?
Yep, November 21st, coming up here pretty quick, just on Sunday. So.
Okay. Questions? Anybody has questions? Obviously, tcreds.com.
tcreds.com. Just go on the Show Circuit too. Click on the web page there, and you'll find all our contact info on there. There's a few other sale representative guys to kind of contact there. Just give Dad or myself a call. My brother-in-law, Cale Spangler, our herdsman, Brent Worth. They're all right there to kind of give a shout out to. Nope, it's been awesome. And like I said, I know we're not on the beaten path for people to kind of swing in through and take a look at, but weather looks decent here for the weekend. So if you got a crazy hair up your deal, just kind of drive right on up and check us out. So it'll definitely be worth it. So I can guarantee you that.
There's no doubt. I've yet to have the chance to come visit you, and I sure want to. But I can tell you, you've hit on it twice. You're not on the beaten path, but I can promise you, when you got quality like this, you don't have to be on the beaten path. So,
well, I appreciate that. Well, we're going to continue to keep striving for that. You bet. You bet.
Absolutely. Well, I got to tell you, thank you for getting on here. Thank you for choosing to use the Drive Marketing. Hope that we'll be able to service you in the future, and good luck with your sale on the 21st.
Hey, well, appreciate it, Brett and Corey, and thanks for everyone allowing me to get on here and stuff. And yeah, like I said, this is definitely a neat tool you guys are doing, and we look forward to using you again. So
Absolutely. Well, thank you
Thanks a
so much
lot.
for being on here, and hey, good luck with your sale, and if there's anything we can do for you, let us know.
you bet. Thank you guys.
Good
Yes,
luck.
sir.